we have Lance and Vianne. Their business is Nature's Balance, and they currently are featuring the joint support for dogs, which she ran over to me and I'm taking a look at. Looks really amazing. It's an all-natural supplement which can be used for dogs experiencing joint discomfort, stiffness, or used as a preventative measure. So tell us a little bit about how you started this business.
Well, I have she's 16 years old now, a lab. And when she was about 7 years old, she blew both her ACLs out in her back leg. And this dog has been everywhere with me. Been through a lot of personal things, and so she was always been real special to me. So we went ahead and got our ACLs replaced, and the vet that did the surgery says you need to get her on a joint supplement. So I got to doing a little research in it, and I tried a few, and I actually have I work for a company that does supplements, and we actually had one, and I tried it on my dog, and at first she did really good on it. And then it got to the point where she didn't like it. She didn't like the taste of it. And then I got to looking to see what was in it, and there wasn't a whole lot of nutrient stuff in it. A lot of fillers, a lot of silicon dioxide, which is a flow agent, chemicals and things that just dogs don't normally need. So we started developing it. We started this about 2 years ago, and we've put Gracie on it for 2 years, and she's just done really well. She's 16 years old, and she's a lab shepherd mix. She'll go out and work cows with us. She runs, she plays. She's got other issues now. She's got cancer, and that we're trying to deal with now, but she still gets up every morning, beats us. She sleeps outside in a shed, and we go out every morning, open up the shed, and she beats me out the door. I mean, before 2 years ago, she wouldn't do that at all. So that kind of what fueled us doing this, and I've always been involved in the supplement industry. I worked for a company, helped start a company over in Southern Idaho, and I kind of was, right out of high school, so shouldn't say I started it, but I worked for them, and then went to college, got my degree in biology, and just kind of developed over time. It's something I've always wanted to do, and we finally decided that we needed to do it because there's just a lot of stuff out there, a lot of junk out there that people are putting in their dogs.
Yeah, she's no longer with us. We dealt with cancer too, and so I had to put her down about a year and a half ago. But at 8 months, she had the TPLO surgery. And looking at the supplement, everything was filled with junk. It's like even their dog food now is filled with junk. And so I have another, Rottweiler, and I'm looking because he has a chicken allergy, and so he would get hot spots. And so you have to look at all this stuff, and it's like, well, you give these, you want to feed yourself a good diet, you want to feed your dog a good diet, and with a bunch of kids, I can't afford to feed them raw, so you have to find the good foods without the supplements or without the junk and the supplements and stuff. So that's awesome that you found a need and are filling, especially for our pets, because she was part of my family and it was hard to lose her,
Oh yeah. Oh, I know. I'm regretting the day I'm going to have to put Gracie down, which is going to happen, sooner or later, it's just a fact of life. But, at least I know she's not in pain from her hips and her ACLs. So
that's what I thought it was at first, because she was a Rottweiler. So I'm like, oh, it's her hips, and then they told me ACLs. I was like, oh man, that was not a pretty thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you described a little bit about your unique skills that you think have helped make you successful in this business. Do you think your degree adds to those, or what can you provide?
Yes, it definitely has helped. It's helped out a ton. Just knowing the chemical breakdown of all the MSM, the glucosamine, the turmeric, and and I work really close with a couple naturopaths, and that's what this is. It's not so much biology, it's more herbology, which is more holistic approach to things. Because dogs they're wild animals. If you want to take it clear back to the original animals that have been put on this earth, they're all original animals, or they're wild animals, and they go out and they forage. We take them, we domesticate them, and we put them in this little, and we put their food in a bowl and say, here, you're going to eat this. Well, not every dog eats rice, eats chicken, eats, beets,
repetitive diet,
carrots,
mm-hmm.
It's good to have them on a repetitive diet. That helps with their digestive system. But the problem is they go out and they, when they're in the wild, they go out and they forage. They eat burdock, they eat, herbs and weeds and stuff. And they do that because, a dog will go out and eat grass because it's got a stomach ache. Mm-hmm. A dog will go out and roll around in, cockleburrs, which is, which is an herb too.
Yeah, but not all dogs have the ability to go out. Like if you're living in a city, then they're missing out on a lot. Out here in Idaho, we have, our dogs are around more of a variety, but these places where they just don't have it, then this is good additive to their diet.
Yeah, for sure. Because a lot of them don't have that access, like you said, in an urban area. So if you live in downtown Portland, where are you taking your dog? Concrete City, so they don't have the access to it like we do. We can take them out to the mountain, just to the BLM right out here, and they can just roam free and have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So give me a favorite memory related to your business. I'm going to assume it's going to be related to your pup since you've seen the health.
It is, I actually got two really good memories. So two good things. So one was just watching Gracie get better, just keep getting better and better and better. Within 3 weeks, from her being on our supplement, she was beating me. Like I said, she beats me out the door, and she's waiting at the gate to go out and feed and to,
it's
go
been a
for
lot of fun watching her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I work with a guy, one of the dogs that we tested this stuff on, his name's David Gallup, and he's got an older dog that has congestive heart failure. They were talking about putting this dog down for like the past 6 months, and they just can't do it. So I said, here, try this. She's a little dog, and she doesn't have any teeth, so they have to put water with their food, and she would just kind of turn her nose up at it. He started feeding our joint supplement to it, and he says this dog has totally turned around. She's playful. She's,
acts like a puppy
like a puppy again. And, and they think they're going to get another couple, maybe a couple months out of her to a year. So, I like hearing the positive stories,
Yeah, sure. It makes it worth it. Like I said, it's part of your family. Mine was only 5 years old, and I, spent her whole entire life with her, and to lose her at 5, I was like, I should have had her till she was at least 12, but lose her to all that because of the TPL and the cancer and all that. It was heartbreaking. And so if you have to put one down, if you can prolong their life and, their ability to live a happy life, then let's do it. I'm all for it. Right.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And again, you think about us, like we're thinking more holistic, these days. You want to fuel your body right. You want to, make sure you're healthy and do it in holistic ways if you can, instead of taking who knows what, Exactly. Why wouldn't you do it to your animals? I think, you want to prolong their life as well. So yeah, for sure.
And Katie, what we're proud of is that we produce and package everything here, where a lot of places have different industries that do that. And then what happens is they end up on trucks, and my husband can explain it much better than I do, but a sedimentation will occur. So if you want to explain that to them.
Something that we're doing different than any other competitors doing is they will get their ingredients, and they'll just get their ingredients wherever they can get them. Because, if you've got 50 supplement companies all buying for the same ingredients, they just get it from wherever they can get it. Well, the way we do it is I buy it in bulk. I have one supplier for my MSM. I have one supplier for my turmeric. I buy it in bulk. I buy as much of it as I possibly can. I warn them. I say, hey, I'm going to come back in 6 months and order the same. So I do that. That's different than the other people. they do their blending. So they bring all the ingredients together, just like in a kitchen, they blend it up. Well, they got these big, huge industrial ribbon blenders, and they just blend it up, and then they take it and they put them in what they call super sacks, the big, huge 2-ton sacks. They take them, put all the ingredients in it, and they take it and they drive. You know, I know one company gets it in California, and then they truck it all the way here to Boise to get it packaged. Well, what happens is, as that truck drives, vibrations on the road take it and separate all those sediments. So you're going to have like a whole bunch of MSM on the top. You're going to have, you know, a little bit of turmeric here, a little bit of, you know, filler, you know, this, that, whatever, you know.
And they don't reblend it, and they just go and package it at that point. And so then you don't know when you're opening the product, you know, has this been reblended? Most of them, if not all of them, I don't know if they take the time to reblend it, whereas we blend ours and then package it right away so that the proportions are what they need to be for your dog. And so we're pretty proud of that.
Yeah. So that's kind of a big thing. Not a lot of supplement companies do that. Most of them farm it out here, farm it out there. You know, I know one supplement company that it's literally 3 people, 2 guys and a girl in an office. That's their whole company. And I mean, yeah, they farm it all out, and then who knows the quality that your dog's getting.
Yeah. Like you hear with, you know, humans, is it absorbing? So like I have to take a supplement for vitamin D, but you have to find the correct proportion of the vitamin D. Am I absorbing it? Is it, you know, like you said, I didn't know, that was something I learned. That's interesting to know, something like that, because it's not something that would cross my mind. I wouldn't, you know, these people are selling me these supplement, and I'm hoping that they're selling me the correct amount. Am I getting it now? Do I have to go retest and see if it's actually working or what, you know? So, that's interesting. You guys should be proud of that. That's very helpful to the market.
Yeah. You know, and we've got other costs that, you know, it's expensive to own the equipment we're doing, that we use to do all this packaging with. But, you know, if I can take that hit myself and make sure that I'm giving quality goods, then, you know, I would rather do that, you know.
And then they're individually packaged, so that you can take it on the go. It's easy to throw it in, you know, a backpack or whatever. If you're going to take your dog out, you know, we make it easy for the consumer.
Yeah, that's helpful. Like, so the box here, because so like my own protein powder or whatever, so you have a big scooper and then you pour it in. So yeah, I do, like, I opened it up, I was like, oh, that is interesting that it isn't, so you can take it, you know, throw some in your car if you go, because I have one that goes with me wherever I go, you know. The other one, not so much, because he's too excited and people are afraid of him. He's too big, he doesn't know his size.
You know, and by putting it in a stick like we're doing in the pack, it controls everything. Even if you have a big tub of it and you've got 5 ingredients in it, after a while it still separates. Right. You know, it gets bumped around and this and that, and this way we know what's in every single dose. You know.
Yeah, this is small enough I can take it and flick it and mix it back up.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So give me a common myth in your industry and help us debunk it.
Common myth that all supplements are equal. That's a big one, you know. It's, you know, there's good supplements out there. You know, you can take a look at a lot of supplements out there and they all have the same ingredients, but the delivery systems, there's a lot of fillers in them. There's a lot of flow agents in it. You know, that's the big thing. That's the thing that gets me the most, is they have to use these flow agents, you know, and dog bites, you know, the little chews that you can buy. The chemical that's in those to get those to stick, you know, I mean, you're talking, well, I know one particular dog chew that has one. It has salmon oil in it. Salmon oil is great. It's an omega-3 fatty acid. But what it does to your dog's breath is enough to kill you, you know? Yeah. So, you know, but that's the big one, is that everyone says that, you know, all supplements are created equal. They're not. I mean, they're really not. You can get, the difference between getting turmeric from China versus getting turmeric from Canada or California.
Yeah.
You know,
And most of our ingredients are organic, and they are
Yep.
all natural.
they're all either
So,
raised or grown in either the United States or Canada,
Yeah.
because hemp seed is the one thing that they don't really allow yet here in the US. So it's grown up in Canada, processed in California, and then sent to us. But so that's, you know,
But it's
that's
not
one of the
China. It's not child slave labor.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So if you could step into my shoes and ask yourself any question that you want the viewers to know, what would it be?
I don't know.
You know, we went through all these questions, and I had it.
I stump everybody with this one. It's so hard. It's like going into a job interview. Tell me about yourself. I don't know.
We're pretty competitive with pricing. So we're at where everyone else is at. You know, we can offer some good discounts just because we do everything. So, you know, if everyone watches our website, which is mynaturesbalance.com, then, you know, we'll offer some really good discounts.
Watch Facebook,
Mhm.
Instagram,
Yep.
Twitter.
Yep. So,
You know, we're always, you know, we're working on other product lines too, to help other dogs with specific problems.
mhm.
So
Yeah.
we're a small company that's wanting to grow and,
Yeah.
you know,
Local
wanting, what's that?
and local.
And
And
local.
local. Mhm.
Yes.
Yes. I
Yeah.
love that.
And going to stay local. I don't
Yes.
want to move.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and they're all coming to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you mentioned your website and your Facebook, and I'll put links down below in the YouTube video in the description, so they'll be able to connect with you online through all that stuff. But I want to hear what your favorite thing about the Treasure Valley is.
Oh, definitely the community.
Yeah.
You know, I moved away for quite a few years. I moved to Utah and then moved to Wyoming, and I just kept trying to get back here, trying to get back here. And finally I made it back about 10 years ago, I think. About 10 years ago. And
You just can't beat it.
you
It's
just can't
home.
beat it. Yeah, it's just home.
Yeah. And
know.
I'm from Mountain Home, and, you know, moved away probably for 5-6 years, and it was the same way. Every year I tried to get back here, and once finally got back, I'm just thinking, you know, I'm not leaving again. So this is home. It's always going to be home. Our parents are actually both from the area too, so a lot of good memories.
Yeah. You know, and I've owned other companies. I've, you know, worked for other companies, and hiring people, you know, that's the big thing. For this community, we hire a lot of youth. You know, we hired your daughter, and it was great. You know, the youth that we get to come here, you know, yeah, there's a few bad ones, you know, but for the most part, they're a bunch of hardworking kids, you know.
Good families. They come from really good families, good kids.
Yeah.
And we
You
love
know,
working with the youth.
Yeah. When I hire someone here, 95% of the time, they're really hard workers.
Mhm.
You know, your daughter was a really hard worker.
Mhm.
And, you know,
We're just proud of that. Proud to be from a good community.
Well, and it's awesome that you offer up like a first time. It's hard for teenagers to find jobs anymore.
oh yeah.
Unless their parents own a business, you know, they're not working at McDonald's unless they can have a car, and you can't have a car unless you have access to a job, and you know.
And not a lot of companies work around school schedules. And,
Mhm.
you know, when we started our, excuse me, when we started our company, that was one of our main focuses, was helping the community, helping these kids, you know,
Teaching them work
ethics.
Yes. Working around their schedules, and
you know, giving them responsibility, but without, you know, coming down on them because they have to miss work because they have a test, or,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
things like that. So
Definitely.
that was a huge part, you know, as part of our, I guess, our business plan is,
Mhm.
you know, helping out the youth and helping out, you know, other people, you know, not just the youth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We have a lot of good employees.
Yeah, I think the kids need it though. I mean, they do need that learning of the work ethic, and you know, and just the opportunity to find a job that's not McDonald's or Burger King, or you know.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, those are not fun ones. That was my first
Some
one.
of them think it is like McDonald's and Burger King.
They're kids. I'm telling you, it's frontal lobe. We employ my oldest. He's 25, and every time I have to tell my husband, still frontal lobe. He's only 25. It's not there. All the time. But no, I appreciate your guys' time and willingness to come on here and be in front of the video. I know that's super intimidating to a lot of people.
Well,
And,
we appreciate you having us and for
Yeah.
doing this for the community. You're amazing. So
Thank you. Thank you.